If you want to get your ex back, watch this video because I'm going to give you 6 powerful tips so you can get your ex back and stop your breakup from becoming permanent. My name is Ben, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to give you really good and practical tips so you can get your ex back. First thing, I want to talk to you about attacks and how you can diffuse them. First of all, let me tell you what are attacks and why they're important. Attacks are little things that your ex tells you through the breakup because she has resentment. For example, I have cases when I talk to my clients, they tell me that she said, oh, the new guy is better in bed. These things trigger you like crazy. Or things like, I will never ever be back with you. She says that right after sex because she's angry. Now, there are different ways that women communicate. These are all of the ways that a woman can communicate with you from the position of resentment and anger, because she loved you one day, maybe she still does, and she just got disappointed because she was hoping that you do certain things, you be emotionally strong, but you didn't, and now the relationship fell apart, so she's upset, and so she attacks. So when she attacks, remain non-reactive, because if you react, let's say she says, oh, you know, I'm sure he is better than you in bed. There's nothing you can do. If you say, oh, what do you mean you slut? You went and slept with somebody else, or you always want to fuck somebody else. Some guys do that, and I want you to stop doing that because that will not do any favor. So if you answer to that, it's like you put gasoline on fire. You don't need to do that. Let it be. Understand attacks. Attacks are anything that trigger you and you know it's not coming from a good place, because if something comes from a good place, it doesn't usually trigger you. And if you're in a good place, you don't get triggered. Somebody who's in a good place will never tell you something like that. But breakups are sensitive. So if you want to get your ex back, you need to understand this culture of getting an ex back. So that's the first thing. Understand and diffuse attacks. So don't respond to them. Remain non-reactive. There's a way to communicate when she attacks, which I'll tell you in other videos. But here, let me jump to the next one, which is the second one, is jealousy. What to do about jealousy? I know if you're going through a breakup, if you want to get your ex back, maybe she's talking about other guys. Maybe she doesn't come home recently. Maybe she's hanging out with her male friends and you feel jealous. Let me tell you something. There is no reason to confront her. If you feel jealous, always remember this. If she wants to sleep with someone, she will. There's nothing you can do or nothing you can tell. There are relationships that the dude thinks everything is perfect, but the girlfriend is sleeping with somebody else. There's absolutely no point to tell her, where did you go? Who are you with? What do you do? Those questions only show her that you are weak emotionally. You either trust somebody or not. And I recommend you, if you don't trust someone, don't go in a relationship with them. If you don't 100% trust them. So you gotta trust them. If you have insecure thoughts, what if she does this, what if she does that, and confront her with that, dude, there's no point. There is no point to be in that relationship unless you want to hurt yourself emotionally. Best relationships are the ones that are based on trust. I say it one more time. If somebody wants to do something, you're not going to figure it out. You're not going to find out. They do it. So there's no point questioning them and showing them that you have insecurities. I recommend deal with yourself. Watch my videos about confidence, insecurities, and work with those instead of trying to put her in a prison and trying to understand, oh my God, what are you doing? What is this? Next thing, never ask her what to do. You're a man, you're a guy, you're a dude. You have to lead. Women like to follow. Sometimes I see that guys send me a screenshot of the text messages with their ex, and the dude is acting like a woman, very feminine and needy and from a weak position. Like, hey, what do you think we should do? Where do you think we should go? Do you think it's okay if we meet next week? Dude, you're a guy. Don't ask what to do because she wants you to leave. That's one of the reasons that women break up, because you cannot lead. So you have to be able to lead. Don't ask these questions. Again, I have videos in this channel that show you how to lead, because I call it lead or die. You know, because if you don't lead, the relationship will die. Most women, 99% of women, want to be with a guy who can take care of the situation. Be assertive. If you're a guy, you gotta be assertive. Basically, you can interact with anyone in one of these 4 ways. You could be aggressive, which you don't care about what the other person wants and needs, and you only care about yourself. Aggressive, you know how it comes. It comes like aggressive, you know? You just think about yourself. You could be passive, which no contact is passive. When you don't care about what you want, you just care about what the other person wants, and then you go back. There's no point being passive because When you're passive, things don't happen really. And then there's passive aggressive, which it means you don't care about what she wants, don't care about what you want. You just destroy the relationship by being quiet or going back. Actually, no contact is passive aggressive because it doesn't do any good. Because like you're trying to manipulate her by missing you, by hiding or getting attention, or posting photos of yourself with another girl, doing things that are not good for a relationship, and you passively attack. And there's a fourth way, which is assertive. Assertive is when you consider your interests and also your ex's interests or the other party's interests, whoever that person is. And when you're assertive, you basically claim very confidently that what you want, and if the other person doesn't want that, you happily walk away. You're not bluffing. Assertive communication means you know what you want, you say it politely, without fighting, without argument, and if the other person doesn't want it, no problem. A couple of years ago, I met this girl, wonderful woman. After 2 weeks, she went out one day and she came back, she was a bit high. She had smoked weed, it was at 3 in the morning. That was the beginning of the relationship, and I told her later when she sobered up, I said, hey, you know what, we should be friends because I really like you as a person, but I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who goes to party and come back 3 in the morning smoke. That was the only conversation we had about that. After that, she stopped smoking, which was in the last 2 years she hasn't smoked. That's amazing, and our relationship is wonderful. But I didn't push her, I didn't force her. Oh, you either gonna be with me or if you ever go to party again, this is over. I said to her, look, this is great that we know each other. This is perfect, wonderful, we know each other for 2 weeks. But if you want this to be a relationship, I want to be with somebody who doesn't do this. The choice is yours. And that's really great if you do that because you still give the freedom to the other person. At the same time, you propose something that if the other person is open to it, they do it, which most of the time is good for them as well. Next thing, be self-reliant when it comes to emotions. Most of the times when guys come to me, they're going through breakup or divorce and they completely lost control of their emotions. And because their ex left them, they lived together for 5 years, sometimes 10 years, sometimes more than 10 years. They have kids and family, and now the woman leaves and the guy is completely lost and he cannot be happy, he cannot be on his own. He doesn't know how to be on his own. He doesn't have identity anymore because he doesn't know what to do without his ex. So if you want to get your ex back, remember, you gotta be self-reliant when it comes to emotions. Because right now that you're going through this separation and you want to get your ex back, your ex is not your emotional support anymore. It's your job to change your mental focus and find things that make you happy and do that. There are different ways to do this. I will show you later in other videos that if you change your mental focus, if you start to physically do things differently, if you start to trigger your brain to release the dopamine and endorphin and oxytocin, like getting massage, going to gym, lifting weight, all of that stuff, then you can change how you feel as well. But you gotta be relying only on yourself for your emotions. Yes, sometimes you have things happen that you cannot control, like maybe you lose somebody, maybe somebody dies, somebody that you love. But in the situation of ex back, if you want to get your ex back, you got to get very, very good at being self-reliant about emotions. I will tell you more about this one because pretty much anything that you do is a product of how you feel, and there's nothing more important than how you feel. We get back to this. Tell yourself, if you're going through a breakup and it's really difficult and you want to get your ex back, tell yourself, you don't have to turn this into something. You don't have to turn this into something. This is probably the most important thing that you need to learn and understand if you want to get your ex back. You know, people divide to two groups when they want to get a relationship back together or get their ex back. One group completely fall apart. They surrender to the situation and just try to do whatever they can to get the girl back. And the other group, they understand that this going down is a part of it. Change is a part of it, because after down there's up. It's just a matter of time until you come up again. So don't turn this into something. Don't turn this into a catastrophe or a tragedy, because then after this, even if you guys get back together, the next block is right in front of you after that. And again, you go down and you go up. So you don't have to turn this into something. And a cool way to think about it is that imagine yourself dead. Now open your eyes, take what's left of your life and live it properly, happily, masculine, like a guy who can control. You know, when there was a car accident a few weeks ago, everybody was panicking, and I saw this dude super confident and cool. Control everything. Put blocks on the road so other cars don't come. Pick up the phone, call ambulance. You want to be that guy. You want to be that guy that when things fall apart, there's traffic, everybody's panicking, you want to be the one who is in control. And you can do that. And now is the time that you can do that. Now, if you want to get your X back, before anything else, make sure you download a free copy of my book, X-Pack Secrets, because in there I show you a 4-step blueprint of state control system so you can get your X-Pack. And also subscribe to my channel because I'm gonna upload more videos about getting your X-Pack. And if you haven't already, and if you find this video useful, hit the like button, and I see you in the next video. And look, don't worry, I'm going to help you get your X-Pack. Now go ahead, subscribe, like, and download the book. I see you in the next video.